Hello and welcome. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview on Newsx, and with us today is one of the big newsmakers of 2024. Yes, someone who we of course knew as an art patron, but we've seen a completely different side, of course, to her personality. The country loved her in Fabulous Lives vs Bollywood Wives on Netflix, and now, of course, they're seeing much more of her as well. On other platforms and shows as well. But today she's live and exclusive right here on Newsx. I'm talking, of course, about Shalini Passi. Shalini ji, welcome. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me here. I'm absolutely delighted.
Yes, as I said, you truly were one of the biggest newsmakers of 2024 of the country. How has this success been for you? You know, literally overnight success for you in this new avatar of yours. How have you taken it?
So, like I've mentioned before also that, I think there's a little fame attached to when you come on such a large platform as Netflix. But what I did not expect was the love that I'm getting from different generations and from all over the world, which is very overwhelming. And also it makes me want to work harder and also rethink my strategy and what I'm doing and how I need to be more serious about a lot of things and the impact that it's having on the people and on the society.
Yes. You know, we knew you, of course, as an art patron, and we interacted with you many times like that. Of course, you have been designer's muse before and, walked the ramp and been seen at other shows and platforms as well. You were a philanthropist. But why this spotlight so late in your life? You know, you're in the limelight now, in the spotlight on camera now. Yeah. Why so late in life? Why not earlier?
Okay, so actually a really funny reason would be like I always wanted to become an artist. And second, later on when I did start, getting acquainted with the camera or being photographed, I just didn't like the way I looked on camera. So that sort of stopped me. But I think it's also the acceptance of your face and your voice. I think my voice was even more difficult for me to accept, the way I spoke. And when I saw the people speaking like yourself, who are so articulate and, whose words are so clear, so I would always feel that, my diction is not clear. I eat up words. I mean, I read so much, but I'm only able to say 10% of it. So that was a big hesitation for me.
Mm-hmm. But finally, you decided the time was
right.
So
it was like either, I was like, if I can't say 100%, at least I should be able to say 5% of what I know. So I'm literally speaking 5% of what I think I know. So
okay, diction and voice aside, but your looks. You were not happy with how you looked. You look so beautiful. We've seen you on the ramp before.
Yeah. But I feel I look much. I feel I look better in real.
Okay. And I have to also ask you now very quickly about your house as well, because that was another side. You were very private. You obviously let few people into your house, into your private space. But people were blown away by your house, the grand house which we are in today as well, in the national capital in Delhi, which people saw on the show. The Bollywood wives were blown away. Then the viewers got blown away. So tell us about, how your house is also shining now.
So I think the house, actually we built this home because I wanted, it was inspired by the Guggenheim Museum in New York. And that's how the curves are. And also, I wanted spaces which are which doesn't have furniture and which are like a gallery. So if you see the main two curves of the house are actually, they don't have any furniture in them. Even the bar is actually an art piece. And so it was supposed to be just the people interacting with art and me being able to put very serious art there.
Okay. And is most of it you? Is a bit of it your husband?
So I did the interiors of the house and also worked on the interiors architecture as well as the finishing and the everything from, picking out a wall color or the stone finishing to the stools, the fabrics.
How did your love for art start? We have to also ask you because, you've been an art patron for many years. That's the avatar we knew you in first. How did this begin?
So I wanted to be an artist. I couldn't go to art school because that's an 4-year program. And so I continued painting. I used to go to Triveni, learn under Mr. and Mrs. Bruta. And I had very good teachers in school. And after that, I was just, painting myself. I used to just keep on practicing and working with the knife. And I think collecting came very naturally because, artists like Manjeet Baba were friends with my teacher in school. So Manjeet Babaji used to come to our school, modern school, and sometimes do sketches with us, and then we would watch him, and BC Sanyal also. So I grew up studying about these artists. So it was very natural for me to collect, say, a work by Ram Kumar, because I loved the way his landscapes are in abstract. So it started from there.
Okay. Which is the most special art that you own? I know it's tough to pin down one.
Actually, it's very easy. It's a painting by my son, which he made a couple of years ago for me. And it's on my bedside.
And what is it?
It's like a tree which looks kind of haunted. It's with a pen. He's done with the pilot pen, and it's quite detailed. And it's kind of a tree which has its own life, I think.
Yeah. That's priceless, of course, for you.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, I have to ask you then, since you told us about this painting that your son made for you,
Yeah.
Ask you about motherhood. How did that change your life, and how has that been for you, this motherhood journey, and how did it change Shalini the person?
Okay, so I think I had my son when I was 21. And now when I see children who are 20 and, they are like saying, oh, internet is not working, this and that, and they're always grumbling. I'm like, I had my kid at 21 and I was responsible for another human being. And I was always very stubborn. And there was a time my son was not well, and the doctor said he has asthma. So I said, that cannot be. It's not possible my son to have asthma, and I didn't give him the medicine, and he was hospitalized. So it sort of made me realize that, that it's going to take a village.
Yeah.
And I have to be open to other people's ideas and their, if there's medical help required. So there were so many things like that which I learned. And I just couldn't say, it's my way or the highway, So that changed for me in that time, but I'm back to my...
Okay. You were a young mother, as you said. Did that mature you completely?
No, actually not. I think they say when a certain phase in your life, I think I've stayed in that age group of 20, 19, 20 forever.
Okay.
I think I've had that that phase I've stuck on. Like some people get stuck in the 1960s. You see them.
Yes.
And the hairstyle and the wardrobe and the taste, and some in the 1970s. I think I'm stuck in the age of 19 to 20.
Well, you don't look older than 19, 20.
So I actually feel, I feel youthful. I
Yeah.
feel that I have so much to do. I feel that my life has just started. I see everything with enthusiasm, whether it's learning, whether it's doing everything properly. So,
what's something that you've learned from your son?
I have learned many things actually. He's very calm. He's very calm and patient. And I'm a perfectionist, so I get very hyper about things. And he's very very, very relaxed and very casual. And he's not casual, but he's very relaxed about things. And still he's doing it he's doing his thing, and he's very proper about things. So.
Okay. As you're saying you're a perfectionist, can you give us an example of where your perfectionist has, self has...
I think so many times the shades of white, the shades of white that you paint a wall from, shades of blue, so many things, yeah.
You're very particular.
Very particular, especially about colors. I'm obsessive about certain colors which I need to be right, like the right red or the right white or,
Yeah. What's your favorite
navy.
color?
I love blue and white.
Blue and white.
Yeah.
And what do you believe you look the best in? Which color?
I think white.
White is it?
I think white, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people say red, but I find red very overpowering.
Okay.
I mean, I find it very, I wear it, but seldom.
So tell us a bit about, your skincare routine as well, because, you're a wellness and a beauty icon as well for so many people.
Yeah.
I know you don't keep grudges. That helps your skin. But what else is your skincare routine?
So, I think you are what you eat. I genuinely believe you are what you eat. What you put inside your mouth is what actually comes out on your skin, on your hair, your eyesight, everything. I cannot stress enough, it's so important to have fats in the morning, and for good eyesight, for brain functioning, nuts as well. And I have been talking on YouTube, and all these things are out there. I think the most important thing for me is, for years, people have been asking me the same question about hair, skin. And I think it's like you brush your teeth, you have to take care of your hair and skin. It's the same thing. You have to brush your teeth every day. It's the same with skincare. It's the same with your diet. You can't go to a spa or health farm, and then I've come back after 10 days and, fall back into the same lifestyle where you're smoking or drinking or consuming sugar or, excessive carbs. And I think we are really lucky we have Ayurveda, which has been really simplified. And if you open the Google or read any books, there are diets for people who can follow. You just have to read your symptoms, and it tells you what foods to avoid and which foods to consume. Like even our grandmothers said ki dahi raat ko nahi khate hain, and papaya not have in the evening, or watermelon, or have nuts in the evening. So all these things are very relevant. We just have to go back to our roots, We just have to go back to what our grandmothers were doing at that time. We just have to be sensitive to that, because they were very, very clued in with the earth, with our culture. Also, when you eat something, you have to watch your body. You have to see how it's making you feel. I'm hypersensitive, so I can really feel the air, feel the food. So that sensitivity has to be developed.
Yeah. Also, is this true, as you said, that stress, jealousy, these kind of things all affect your skin as well?
So, there were times when I was much younger, and a friend of mine asked me where my dress was from, an outfit was from. I was about 22 years old, and I never told her. I lied to her and I said some other shop. I couldn't sleep the whole night. And in the morning, I called her up and I told her, I said, listen, this is the dress. You take it, because if you have it, I'm not going to wear it.
Okay.
Or I'll get you another one next time. Yeah. And I can tell you the name of the girl also. But I said, I just couldn't lie to her and sleep. Yeah. So I think if your heart is clear and you have a good night's sleep and unintentionally you've not hurt anybody, we all do things unintentionally as well. And if I come to know that I have done something wrong, I correct myself. And I think sleeping peacefully without guilt is a beautiful sleep.
Yes, because you were on a show like a reality show where you have other women as well.
Yes.
And there could have been a lot of rivalry. Who's looking the best, who is talking the best, who's going to be shining the best. Did that happen?
Just talking the best. I think the way I speak, I was so afraid that I eat up my words. Yeah. Then I sometimes have this very low pitch because and but I think it just worked out well for me. I think competition, I think we all are very sorted women. Each one of us are very secure in our spaces, and also we have been through so much. Like we've been through school, college, then various aspects of society. So I think women support women. We are not I don't think there was any rivalry or anything. And for me, it's most of the time, it's me perfecting my own skills.
Because they say
for me, it's about me only. Because for me, it's okay, I said this, but it's not to make a point, but I said this because this is what I know. Yes. I don't know beyond this. I was just having a call with somebody and I said, you've invited me for this talk, but I know very little about this topic. Honestly, I can brush up, but it would not be me because I don't understand this thing. So for me, it's always been about understanding things and moving forward. So, I mean, I've always been like that.
Yes. You call it self-love, and so many people are saying self-love is important.
They are calling it self-love. I didn't call it self-love. For me, it's a way of being. I've never used this term self-love because it's almost like self-preservation. It's like if I have 100% energy, I don't want to use it to bring people down. Say give 40% to bring someone. I rather use 100 to better myself and my causes.
Yeah. So what is the difference, the fine line though, between self-love and self-obsession though?
It's a very thin line, and I think I cross it often. Okay. I mean, it's a very, very thin line. Yeah. It's a very thin line. Sometimes I do cross it and then I check myself, but then it's also self-preservation. But if I don't preserve my energy or my, what I stand for, then also I'm giving less to my cause. So where do you put the line, right?
You just spoke about your causes as well.
It's also the other person's perception. If they understand my cause, if they believe in what I want to achieve, and I might achieve it, I might not achieve it, but there is a method in the madness.
Okay.
So
You've spoken about, your causes as well. How important has that journey been in philanthropy for you? Because we've seen your work in UNICEF and other causes.
yeah, so for me, I think for all of us, we all reach this, when we have our families, my son is grown up now, families are less demanding. And what do you live for? You cannot every day wake up and say, I have to go to this party or this vacation or this or that. Of course, the foundation work, the art foundation work is very fulfilling. We support Indian contemporary artists with MASH. But I think working with UNICEF gives you a higher purpose because there's so much to be done. And that it's like literally if I want to sleep half an hour more, it's like I get scared because I have to do so much. So for me, I think it's about having big goals so that I can be up and about and not procrastinate and waste time.
Okay.
So,
Last quick questions before we end with the rapid fire with you. One very quickly on, on what's your latest obsession right now?
my latest obsession is pantsuits, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've done a recent collab with Darshan as well. How was that?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun actually. With Darshan, I did not know him at all. And we shot this in Mud Island, which is like an hour and a half away from central Bombay. Quite a trek. But I think going to studios is quite an experience because it's nothing like what we see in Delhi. It's a totally different space, They have those cameras on the rail and then, outside there are these houses and then you go in, it's a different world inside. And this is something we never see here in Delhi. Darshan is amazing. He's a very, very talented person and I enjoyed working with him. We did few dance moves together as well. And hopefully this song is going to be your New Year anthem.
Absolutely. People are loving it already. Yes.
It's supposed to be like a fun thing.
Yeah.
And sort of a spoof and the whole disco kind of a vibe. So.
Yeah. Are you fond of music?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
In real life.
There's music for every mood.
Yeah, true. Okay. Rapid fire now. We'll end with that. What is your favorite cuisine?
I think would be Indian and Chinese.
Favorite holiday destination?
Ladakh and Paris.
Okay, quite a different. Mountains or beaches?
Mountains.
Okay.
Very high mountains.
Okay. One, person you meet the most from the fabulous Lives and Bollywood Wives?
One person, I think mostly the Bombay girls because I go to Bombay quite often. I think Mahip and Seema, Bhavna, Neelam.
Okay. Delhi versus Bombay?
Delhi versus Bombay, for me because I live in Delhi. So Delhi, of course, but Bombay is also fun.
Okay.
Bombay is actually the city of dreams.
Yes. Sanjay Passi's best quality that you've learned from him?
I think his endurance and hard work, punctuality, responsibility. There's so many.
Yeah. Experience on Big Boss?
Oh, that was really wonderful. I got like 6 hours of sleep. After 4 months, 6 hours of peaceful sleep without my telephone and without, I knew that I had to be there for like some time.
Yeah. The snores didn't bother you?
Yeah, initially they did and those people were spraying perfume because I had said I'm allergic to fragrance. But it was fun. They're also kids. They have been there 3 months. What do they do? It's crazy.
Could you do a reality show?
I already did a reality show.
I mean, this kind of reality show?
Yeah, but then they'll all run away.
They'll all run away?
They'll all run away.
Okay, the others will all run. It'll have to be just Shalini Passi.
Yeah, they'll leave on the first day.
On the first day.
I think so.
Okay, but that'll be good because you'll win the show.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And finally, SRK and Salman Khan. Difference and commonality now that you've closely met and interacted with
I've
both.
only met Salman Khan ji once on the show and he's an amazing, humble person. It was really wonderful being actually to say in his presence and he's such a big star, like he's worldwide megastar, but he's such a humble person and it was great working with him and meeting him.
And any commonality between him and Shah Rukh or very different?
I wouldn't know because like I'm a
You
little
didn't really need it.
self-absorbed also.
You were more concentrating on what you were
Yeah,
saying.
obviously, because I'm speaking, I'm,
Yeah.
doing my thing. But
Okay.
of course, I know him. We've all seen his films, and
Yeah.
I think their acting styles are different, and they both are like kings of their.
Do you have a favorite Khan?
Do I have a favorite Khan? Yeah, it's Shah Rukh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Chali, finally, then we are now into 2025 almost. Are you someone who makes New Year resolutions?
I make a resolution every day.
Okay.
And I try to stick to it.
Yeah.
So
Any New Year resolution you have?
I'm saying I make a resolution every day. I don't need a New Year to make a resolution.
That's a good tip,
Yeah,
actually.
I'm like making resolutions, I think morning, night, morning.
What is today's
evening.
resolution?
Today's resolution was to, I think, be calm.
Okay.
So I think it's working well.
Shalini, it's been a very calm interview with you. Shalini ji, thank you so much. And as I said, you've been such a big newsmaker in 2024, occupied the headlines for all the right reasons. And we hope that will continue in this new year as well. Happy New Year, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your support, and so good to see you.